Sperms released from the seminiferous tubules are transported by the accessory ducts. Secretion of epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, and prostate are essential for maturation and motility of sperms. The seminal plasma, along with the sperm, constitute the semen. The function of male sex accessory duct and glands are maintained by the testicular hormone androgens. The process of formation of a mature female gamete is called oogenesis, which is markedly different from spermatogenesis. Oogenesis is initiated during the embryonic development stage when a couple of million gamete mother cell oogonia are formed within each fetal ovary. No more oogonia are formed and added after birth. These cells start division and enter into prophase 1 of the meiotic division and get temporarily arrested at this stage, called primary oocytes. Each primary oocyte then gets surrounded by a layer of granulosa cells and is called primary follicle. A large number of these follicles degenerate during the phase from birth to puberty. Therefore, at puberty, only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left in each ovary. The primary follicle gets surrounded by more layer of granulosa cells and new theca and are called secondary follicles. The secondary follicles soon transform into a tertiary follicle, which is characterized by a fluid-filled cavity called antrum. The theca layer is organized into an inner theca interna and outer theca externa. It is important to draw your attention that it is at this stage that the primary oocyte within the tertiary follicle grow in size and complete its first meiotic division. It is an unequal division resulting in the formation of a large haploid secondary oocyte and a tiny first polar body. The secondary oocyte retains bulk of the nutrient-rich cytoplasm of the primary oocyte. At present, we are not very certain about this. The tertiary follicle further changes into mature follicle or graphene follicle. The secondary oocyte forms a new membrane called zona pellucida surrounding it. The graphene follicle now rupture to release the secondary oocyte ovum from the ovary by the process called ovulation. Menstrual cycle. The reproductive cycle in the female primate, example monkey, apes and human, is called menstrual cycle. The first menstruation begins at puberty and it is called as menarche. In human females, menstruation is repeated at an average interval of about 28 to 29 days, and the cycle of events starting from one menstruation till the next one is called menstrual cycle. One ovum is released ovulation during the middle of each menstrual cycle. The major event of the menstrual cycle are shown in figure 3.9. The cycle starts with the menstrual phase when menstrual flow occurs and it lasts for 3 to 5 days. The menstrual flow results due to breakdown of endometrial lining of the uterus and its blood vessels, which forms liquid that come out through vagina. Menstruation only occurs if the released ovum is not fertilized. Lack of menstruation may be indicative of pregnancy. However, it may be also caused due to some underlying causes like stress, poor health, etc. The menstrual cycle is followed by the follicular phase. During this phase, the primary follicle in the ovary grows to become fully mature graphene follicle, and simultaneously, the endometrium of uterus regenerates through proliferation. These changes in the ovary and the uterus are induced by changes in the level of pituitary and ovarian hormones. The secretion of gonadotropin, LH and FSH increases gradually during the follicular phase and stimulates follicular development as well as secretion of estrogen by the growing follicles. Both LH and FSH attain a peak level in the middle of the cycle about 14th day. Rapid secretion of LH leading to its maximum level during the mid-cycle and called LH surge induces rupture of graphene follicle and thereby the release of ovum ovulation. The ovulatory phase is followed by the luteal phase, during which the remaining part of the graphene follicle transforms as the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum secretes large amount of progesterone, which is essential for the maintenance of endometrium. Such an endometrium is necessary for implantation of the fertilized ovum and other event of pregnancy. During pregnancy, all event of the menstrual cycle stops and there is no menstruation. In the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum degenerates. This causes disintegration of the endometrium leading to menstruation, marking a new cycle. In human being, menstrual cycle ceases around 50 years of age, that is termed as menopause. Cyclic menstruation is an indicator of normal reproductive phase and extends between menarche and menopause. Fertilization and implantation. During copulation, coitus, semen is released by the penis into the vagina. Insemination, the motile sperm swim rapidly, pass through the cervix, enter into the uterus and finally reach the ampullary region of the fallopian tube. The ovum released by the ovary is also transported to the ampullary region when fertilization takes place. Fertilization can only occur if the ovum and sperm are transported simultaneously to the amphiloid region. This is the reason why not all copulation lead to fertilization and pregnancy. The process of fusion of sperm with an ovum is called fertilization. During fertilization, a sperm comes in contact with zona pellucida layer of the ovum and induces the changes in the membrane that block the entry of additional sperms. Thus, it ensures that only one sperm can fertilize an ovum. The secretion of the acrosome helps the sperm enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum through the zona pellucida and the plasma membrane. This induces the completion of the meiotic division of the secondary oocyte. The second meiotic division is also unequal and result in the formation of second polar body and a haploid ovum oocyte. Soon the haploid nucleus of the sperm and that of the ovum fuse together to form a diploid zygote. The mitotic division